Good morning, welcome to another day in Myanmar. And today I have a small adventure planned. I'm going for a ride on the Yangon Circular Railway. This railway line is about 49 kilometers long, and it has about 39 stations on it, and it's used by people here as a commuting line. It actually goes in a circle around Yangon, starting from the Yangon Central Railway Station, going out to the airport, around the airport I think, and then all the way back. So the idea as a foreigner, as a tourist, is that I can hop on this train, ride on it for 2 or 3 hours in a circle, go all the way around the outskirts of Yangon and all the way back to the central railway station where I started. This railway line is just a normal form of transportation for local people, and quite an inexpensive one. But it's such an interesting thing to do that it's become something of a tourist attraction for people like me. If you look online and type in like Yangon Circular Railway Line, you'll see a lot of magazine, travel articles about people who have done this. So I think the price is the same for foreigners as it is for locals now. It used to be more for foreigners because they knew we were doing it as a tourist attraction, I guess. But a few years back, they changed it, so now you just basically pay the same price as everyone else. But I did read that you have to bring your passport with you, so I made sure to bring my passport, whether I need it or not. Seems like a lot of bother just to ride on the local commuter train, that people are riding to go to work. But that's just the way things are in Myanmar. I overheard a couple of other foreigners talking about this train the other day. And based on what they said, the railway line is undergoing some renovations, and you might not be able to go in a perfect circle anymore. The train might take you only a certain distance and then stop, and you might have to get off and come back in the same route or do something else. I'm not really sure. Find out when I get to the train station. I'm getting closer to the train station. I've reached Pansadon Road or something like that. And the railway station is up in this direction. And luckily there's a big pedestrian bridge alongside the highway so that I can cross this busy road. I see a bunch of railway cars up here on the right. So that means I'm heading in the right direction, heading towards the railway station. Looks like I chose the wrong side of the street. Over there, they're walking in comfort in the shade. And I think I have to cross over this road anyway, because I think the railway station is on that side. And based on what I read about this experience, I have to enter through gate 7, and then it should be pretty obvious where to go from that point. Apparently a friendly station manager will track you down when they see a foreigner and they know what you want to do. Apparently there's a train every 45 minutes or something like that. And I'm guessing that is the train station over there on the left. Has to be part of it anyway. It's quite a large building. And there's all the train cars. Typical Doug fashion, I seem to be on the wrong side of the street. You can see the train station behind me there, and to get in there I think I have to be on the other side. It's an impressive looking building. But it's not going to be that easy getting across. I'm going to check to see if there's an easier way to do this down at the bottom. Oh yeah, it's easier down here. I didn't have to risk my life dashing across that highway. And here we are, a railway station. Gonna take a walk out in this direction in front of it, get a bit of perspective on it. It's a great looking building, a lot bigger than I thought it was from up on the bridge. On a normal Doug adventure, just coming here to see the train station building and exploring it would be enough for one day. But on top of that, I get to go on a ride on the train, I hope. Stage 1 is to find gate 7 or gate 6. Here's the main lobby, an entrance for the train station. It's about 20 to 10 right now, and if the schedules are to be believed, there might be a train at 10 after 10. I just spotted a sign over there on the wall, circular train platforms 6 and 7 with an arrow pointing in that direction. So I guess that's where we go. And there's a handy sign, platforms 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in this direction. This looks like it is the map for the circular railway station. We're down here at the bottom at Yangon, and you can take the train either counterclockwise or clockwise, and it takes about 3 hours to go all the way around and back to the beginning. But as I said, I don't know if it's possible right now to do the full circle. We got trains waiting for passengers. And in that direction too, you can see the trains. All right, here's platforms 4 and 5. Platform 6. Heading down to platform 7. I was told just to come down here to buy a ticket. There's some kind of an office in this direction. Maybe this is where you buy the ticket. Look at this place right here. That's great. A little cafe de hello, modeled on a train car. Coffee smells good. There's an encouraging sign, warmly welcome and take care of tourists. Yeah, if I can.
Yangon do inside 1 hour, come back 1 hour, 2 hours.
Okay.
Okay.
And then this one?
Gemini.
Okay.
Inside.
Okay, I'll try that one. Okay. But can you also go all the way around?
No wrong.
No?
Finish.
Oh, it's finished?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, take that one. This is my train here. Buying the ticket was relatively easy. There was a woman came up to the ticket counter when I was standing there, and she explained that the train doesn't go in a circle anymore. It only goes to a town about 1 hour away, and then it comes back again. I'm down here on the train platform. I already bought my ticket for the circular train. It cost 200 chats, though they explained to me that the train doesn't really go in a circle anymore. You can only go 1 hour in one direction, and then you get off the train, turn around, and come back again. So the trip is about 2 hours in total, which is fine with me. And there appeared to be a train waiting to go, and everyone was shouting at me, hurry, 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 go, 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 you know, get on that train. But I'm probably going to miss it because I'm going to hit the toilet first. And I don't mind hanging out on the train platform and waiting a little bit until the next one. I tracked down the toilet at the far end of the station, or far end of the platform. It was about as far away as you could get. And I think while I was there, my train left. So I probably have an hour or so to wait on the platform until the next train. If I wasn't going to be trapped on a train for a couple hours, I would probably get a cup of coffee there at the train station cafe. But I guess I'll just hang out and wait until the next train arrives. I went back to the ticket office, and they said that they had a sign outside that said 10:25 on it. I assume that meant the next circular, or it's now the non-circular train leaves at 10:25, but I'm not sure about that. I asked him, the man at the ticket counter, and he said yes, but of course he could have been saying yes to anything. But he did seem to indicate that I didn't have to worry about anything, that when the train came and it was the right train, he would come find me. And they have a sign on that ticket booth that says tourist police. So I guess it's his job to help out flustered foreigners like me trying to have a local train experience. I read that the railway track itself was built during the British colonial era, dates back 60 or 70 years. And the train cars that are currently in use some of them came from Hungary a long time ago, and some from Japan more recently. And there appear to be huge budget projects underway to modernize this whole system. And apparently it's in dire need of modernization. More and more people are using it as Yangon is growing and traffic is getting more and more congested, so a lot more people are taking the train, and they're hoping to modernize the whole system. Here's another map showing the route of the train. And if I understood the woman correctly, who I talked to originally, she said that the train I was going to get on started here in Yangon and then went to Insane, took about 1 hour to get here, then turned around and came back again. So it's not possible anymore to do the full circle. I'm not sure why that would be. Perhaps they're doing construction, or perhaps you could do the full circle, but you'd have to get out here, maybe get another train going the rest of the way. Who knows? But for me, going to Insane and back again would be just fine. And we'll see where the next train goes. It might be going somewhere completely different. There seems to be a bunch of activity breaking out all over the place, and I think the train arriving behind me is my train, but I have no way to know one way or the other whether that's true or not. It's kind of a weird philosophical question when you think about it. Which train is my train? Because I'm not even going anywhere in particular. All I want to do is ride on a train. So any train is as good as any other, I suppose. I went back to the ticket office and asked them about this train, and I didn't understand anything they said, but the basic idea seemed to be that this is not my train. Deep in my heart, I feel like it is my train. It looks like my kind of train, but it's not going where I want to go. Popular train, a lot of people got on board. It's leaving already. That's an old beat-up train. Platform 7, apparently the trains go west. And on platform 6, the trains, also go west. I thought it said east for some reason. They both go west. I noticed at the top of this train, they have some signs that look Japanese to me. Nara even seems like a Japanese station or town name. So I wonder if these cars came from Japan. They look newer than the other ones. And there it is, my train. I got the hi sign from the man in the ticket window. He just came out and looked at me and gave me the thumbs up to say, that's my train. So let's go see what it's like on the inside. Ooh. Doesn't seem to matter what car you get into. Before we leave, and the train isn't moving yet, I guess I'll take advantage of that to go for a walk down the length of the train. Oh, we just started to move. But it seems to be pretty smooth so far, so I think I can walk along. I guess the guy selling snacks and drinks would get quite good at jumping off the train, whether it's moving or not moving. A lot of big bundles here. appear to be moving west. So this is a westbound train. I never did see the other train leave, but I assume it went in the same direction. And if I remember my map correctly, that main town, Insen or Insen, is to the west. So I think that's where we're going. So let's continue our walk down the train, see what there is to see. Maybe there's a bar car. I don't think so. That's a lot less crowded than I expected. Much fewer people than I thought. Hello. And I wonder what we can see at the front of the train. Slowly making our way to the front of the train, almost there. This is the very first car. And there's the important snack for men anyway, and women from what I've seen. The betel nut paste. This is great. I love being on trains anytime. And there, I guess you can see me with the train behind. If we're going to go at this speed the whole way, it's easy to see why it would take 3 hours to go all the way around. Nice slow pace. Heading to the back of the train again. Big loads coming onto this train. I guess you don't have to pay extra for your luggage, so it doesn't matter how big your bag is, bring it on board. When it comes to the sellers on the train, I often wonder if they become sellers because their voice is so piercing and so strong, or when they get a lot of practice selling and shouting for customers on the train, does their voice naturally develop a more piercing quality? Which came first? And these big bundles work out very well as a bed for some people. They can just stretch out on them and take a nap. There's my ticket, a little bit sweaty from my pocket, but I have it. Okay. And I think we arrived at the final station, Insane, or however you pronounce it. Everyone is getting off the train. Oh yeah, I see the sign over there on the platform. Insane. And here, as far as I know, I basically turn around and go back to Yangon. Or maybe I can just stay on this train and go back. I'll have to find out. Excuse me, this train back to Yangon?
Another train.
Another train?
Train 1 hour.
1 hour?
Yeah.
It goes back to Yangon.
Another train.
Thank you. Over on this side?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I spoke to the conductor of that train, and he said it basically stops here, and everybody had to get off, and another train will be passing through on the way back to Yangon on the other track, and he said it's going to come in about 1 hour. So I have an hour to kill here in the busy metropolis of Insane. Found a pedestrian overpass to entertain myself with for now. I was kind of hoping it would be as fancy as the Yangon station with its nice coffee shop train car, and I was going to get a cup of coffee or something, but there's nothing like that here. I have water with me, of course, so it's not like I'm going to die of thirst or anything. But I might go down to the platform on the other side here and see if I need to buy another ticket to return to Yangon. I'm not sure about that. The train has arrived. It looks a lot fancier than the train that I came here on, so I'm not sure if I can get on it to go back to Yangon. It's like one of the more modern Japanese style trains. At the last second I decided to climb onto this train. I asked a bunch of people at the platform about the times the trains were going, and most of them said the next train after this one was leaving at 2 o'clock, and that's like 2 hours away. It's only noon right now. So I didn't really believe them, but you never know. So I thought I didn't want to take a chance, and I hopped on this train, even though it's a pretty crowded one. A lot more people bringing things in from the countryside, I guess, so they have a lot of big bags of produce to bring into market and things like that. More people as well. And of course you also have all the people selling things, you know, moving up and down the aisle. So it's not going to be a very comfortable ride back to Yangon, but it's only going to be like an hour long or something like that. Should go by in a snap. And while I'm here, I can just enjoy the activity on the train. Clear how the ticketing works for this return train though I think my ticket covers me for anywhere along this circular railway, because in theory that ticket would have gotten me the full 3 hours around the entire track, so only going to Insane and back kind of amounts to the same thing. In any event, there was no way to buy a ticket at that station, not that I could see. So I just got back on this train, and we'll see what happens with my old ticket.
Ayoni susai ba mya bi ayon yori aane ne mi ba mya atwa amata ngaung ne se ngaung li tla. Hali ayon yori aane la do khan sa de wedana li ya le ngaung ni thoda do. Ngaung ni aung da do, ngaung ni tai da do, ngaung ni mu da do. Na bu do tu khana khana thari me ta li. Ngai ngai yuen ne thari me ta li de amata ma kaung ne. Ayon jo tu a pyan phit pi de kya. Ayon jo ne pat tat pi do. Na bu do myan long ne pat tat lo ba. မျက်လုံးတွေဝင်းမုံတာနီးမုံတာမျက်လုံးတိမ်ဆွဲတာမျက်သားတက်တာမျက်ရည်ဘူးကြတာ
အဒီတရား
ဝေးမုံနာနီးမုံနာလေးတွေတောင်းနေတာတွေ
တရား
နေတာတွေနဲ့နေပူကြမျက်စိပြလာ
Biết chưa ra chào baby. Biết chưa ra ra chào em. Vô đi đi ra này, vô đi nào mà quay không nào. Vô đi đi ra này cho mau nào. Vô đi xe nó thôi. Có đi được. Cái này còn lấy ồn này ra, cái này lấy ná này bị.
And that's it for the great train ride in Yangon. A lot of people on this train were bringing things into market. You can see the woman ahead of me with all the bread and sauces on her head there. And there's the empty train. Takes a lot of practice to be able to do that. Balance it on your head and get out of this train. These steps go straight down. There's no actual step. Like that. It's even hard for me to get down. So here we are, right back where I started it from. Yeah, it was a really enjoyable trip. It doesn't have the same satisfaction of going around in a complete circle, which is part of the appeal, I think, of the circular railway. But it's fun just to go 1 hour in this direction, turn around and come straight back. Looks like this would be the easiest way to get to this train. This is the bridge along the road that I came in on, but I was on the wrong side of the road. If I were on this side, I could have come in right through this gate, and the gate heads straight down to platform 7, where you catch the train. I ended up going all the way down here, around to the front of the train station, and then back here, and then down. But you could actually just come straight here. And there's my train way down there, the one that I just got off. One thing I noticed on the train that I really enjoyed was watching all of the interactions between the people selling things. There are people selling fruit, selling drinks, cold water, things like that. There were a couple of guys selling some kind of miracle medicine, I guess. They give quite a good pitch about all the healing properties of whatever this medicine was. And a lot of people bought it. I was quite surprised how many people bought a bottle of this stuff from them. And there were people selling USB charging cables for your phone, headphones, earphones, all kinds of things. And they all knew each other, clearly. And one of the perks of being one of these sellers is that you get freebies from all the other sellers. So if you're selling sliced melon of some kind, and you see a guy selling another kind of fruit, you can just sort of take a free sample out of his basket and he can take a free sample out of yours. And I saw that going on all over the place. And they teased each other a lot. They're having a lot of fun joking with each other. They're probably fighting over turf, you know, that kind of thing. So I had a lot of fun just watching those guys working and interacting with each other and with customers. They were quite good-natured about everything that they were selling and doing. I'm back on 39th Street where my hostel is located after my ride on the circular, or the non-circular, used to be circular railway line. But even though it didn't go around in a circle, it was still a pretty fun experience. Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. It's the sort of thing I enjoy in any city, really, just to be able to hop on a train, look out the window, watch all the people going about their daily lives. There's nothing wrong with that, especially for 200 chats. Again, I had this impression before I went there that it would be a very different experience for a foreigner in terms of buying a ticket. I read that we had to bring our passport and this kind of thing, but it didn't turn out to be that way at all. So I guess things are changing very quickly in Myanmar, but a lot of the information that you see online isn't keeping up to date. So you can't really believe everything you read online anymore. Things will have changed a little bit or quite a bit. So that was my adventure for today. Going to relax a little bit, get out of this heat for a while, and see what other adventures await for me this afternoon or tomorrow. And I'll see you in those videos.